Hello and welcome to Explosive Exclusive. The conspiracy of silence around Sushant Singh Rajput's death is slowly crumbling. More testimonies on Times Now expose the telltale signs of foul play and a cover-up. It's not just a desperate father, but now more voices across India ask why Mumbai police has conveniently turned a blind eye to these signs. Times Now has spoken to Sushant Singh's personal assistant who lived with the author before being unceremoniously sacked by Rhea Chakrabarti. He narrates a disturbing tale of black magic and betrayal by those who call themselves his friends. This is Ankita Acharya.
ये दूसरा टाइप का पूजा था कि कुछ अजीब तरह का पूजा था, ये नींबू फीबू वाला ये सब। तो मैं भी कोलकाता से बिलोंग करता हूँ, हमको मालूम है क्योंकि जादू टोना होता ही है, ये सब में होता है, मानते हैं, हम भी मानते हैं जादू टोना होता है, ये होता है, वो भी करती है। बट वो हम सुनते थे कि उनका स्टाफ भी बोलता था कि ये हॉन्टेड है जगह, इसको ये है वो है, मतलब डरावना। मैंने चेक करता था, उनके जब अकाउंट में था तो 30 करोड़ तक थे उनके बैलेंस।
कभी था ये, कौन सा था
ये? 2019 जनवरी ऐसे था।
और ये पैसा जिधर जाता था, मतलब कौन खर्चा करता था, किसका खर्चा?
सब रिया के हाथ पे था। जितना भी पार्टी से जब गुजर, मतलब कोई भी पार्टी होता था, रिया के हाथ से लिस्ट जाता था। स्टाफ लोग बोल रहा था बहुत खर्चा हो रहा है।
वो किस चीज़ पे खर्चा?
बस वही पूजा, शॉपिंग, खाना, अच्छा सा चीज़ खाना, कम से कम एक दिन में 45,000, 2 दिन, दूसरा दिन में 1 लाख, ऐसे खर्चा होते हैं। उनको अच्छा लगता था फार्मिंग, मतलब ड्रीम था उनका फार्मिंग करने का। तो सुशांत भैया ने बोला, अंकित हम लोग तीनों जन मिलके यहाँ फार्मिंग करेंगे और हम लोग ऑर्गेनिक चीज़ उगाएंगे। उनका इच्छा था, अभी फिल्म मैं नहीं करूँगा, 4-5 महीने रेस्ट लूँगा, हम लोग तीनों मिलके भाई मिलके हम लोग करेंगे। ओके सर, चलेगा। तो अभी ये प्लानिंग ही नहीं हुआ था। जब से रिया ज़िंदगी में आई है तो उनको तो फार्मिंग में तो कोई दिलचस्पी नहीं है। वो काफ़ी डिप्रेशन में थे, उनका चेहरा जो लग रहा था पहले जैसा जो सुशांत था वो नहीं था, बदल गया था, बहुत बदल गया था, पूरा फेस डल।
ये ट्रिप के बाद की?
हाँ, ये ट्रिप के बाद एकदम फेस डल, आँख पे डार्क सर्कल, यहाँ पल्स निकलना, एकदम ऐसा, एकदम डिप्रेशन में। एकदम कैसे होता आदमी जब कमज़ोर हो जाता है, वैसा थे।
बिना बोले तुमको निकाल दिया था? किसने निकाला?
हम लोग कोई चेला चपाटी होगा मालूम नहीं, बट हमको देखने नहीं दिया ना कौन मैनेजर है कौन नहीं मालूम नहीं। जब वो न्यूज़ में आ रहा था कि लॉक बंद है, तो उनका जो अभी नया चेला चपाटी जो लोग आए हैं, बोला घर में लॉक कर दिया अंदर से। ये कभी भी आज तक सर ने लॉक नहीं किया।
Well, Rhea Chakrabarti's legal team, of course, counters every single statement made by Ankit Acharya, even saying that this person was not even working with Sushant. But that aside, clearly there are conspiracy angles that keep coming out. It's not just a grieving father who claims something doesn't really add up. Several others, friends, assistant, trainer, and even flatmate claim that there was foul play. Siddharth Pitani also is somebody we've spoken with in the past, and let's listen into Siddharth Pitani.
25 फरवरी को मैंने बांदा पुलिस को आगाह किया था कि मेरे बेटे सुशांत की जान को खतरा है, परंतु उन्होंने कुछ नहीं किया।
सुशांत सिंह राजपूत नेवर कम सुसाइड, नेवर, कभी भी सुसाइड कर ही नहीं सकता। उसका एक लाइन मुझे अभी भी याद है, वो कहता था ऐसा कोई भी रीज़न नहीं है जिसकी वजह से कोई भी इंसान कभी भी सुसाइड कर सके। मतलब उसके साथ रहने वालों को सुसाइड नहीं करने दे सकता था, तो वो उसको करना तो बहुत दूर की बात है।
He was a fighter actually, and I think I've never seen him in depression in 12 months. I've never seen him in depression, and I don't think so he can do suicide.
Well, our team of reporters joining me this evening, Priyank Tripathi, Siddhant Mishra and Bhavtosh Singh, all of them looking at the various versions that have come out and the mystery of Sushant Singh Rajput's death getting more and more murky by the day. Bhavtosh, to you first. The Nitish Kumar government of Bihar has recommended the case to the CBI. What are you hearing from the CBI? Can the CBI take on this case because one state has referred it to them with an FIR, or will they wait for the Supreme Court verdict tomorrow morning, because both the Maharashtra government has filed a caveat and Rhea Chakrabarti has challenged the jurisdiction of the Bihar police in this entire matter?
Navika, like everyone else, CBI eyes are also on the apex court, which will be hearing Riya Chakrabarty's plea tomorrow. The reason why this is because CBI is confined and works within the Delhi Police Special Establishment Act, and under Section 6 of Delhi Special Police Establishment Act, it is very specifically said that when the state government gives any case to the CBI, then it will be within the boundary of that state. Now, this case is slightly particular. The case has been filed by the Bihar Police. They are within their right to transfer the case to CBI, but the problem before CBI is that no consent has been given by Maharashtra, where this crime in fact took place. It took place in month of June in Mumbai, and that's the reason why CBI officers have been told by the Department of Prosecution that they should just wait and watch what happens in Supreme Court. Then they will take the next step. They have said that they are aware of the fact that a letter has been written by the Bihar government to the Department of Personnel and Training, but next 24 hours are very crucial for the CBI as they see what Supreme Court directs.
Siddhant and Priyank on ground zero in Mumbai. Priyank, I want to ask you, this seems to be a case that is raising more questions than it is answering. What's your sense? You've been interacting with the officials of the Bihar police. You've been interacting with several witnesses, friends, stroke people who have worked with Sushant Singh over the last several years. What's your sense? Is this really a suicide case? Is there more to it? Was Sushant Singh somebody who was so depressed that he could go as far as ending his life?
See, Navika, that certainly could have been, answered by the post-mortem report, and the post-mortem report finding clearly suggested that there was no foul play behind the death of Sushant Singh Rajput. But the family has specifically stated that we don't have any issues by accepting this fact that Sushant committed suicide. But who forced him to do that is a big question before the mind of the family member. They have gone through the bank account detail of Sushant because his sister was the beneficiary. So that's how they managed to get the bank account detail of Sushant Singh Rajput, and by minutely going into the detail, because Sushant was very good in bookkeeping. He used to write diaries, and at every transaction electronically, he used to mention the purpose of the transaction. When they had gone through the transaction, everything became clear before them that the moment this woman in his life came into picture, things went bad, and Sushant started to stay away from the family members. He was not keeping well. He was not working on field properly. Then the family members contacted the friends and close coterie of Sushant. They got to know that Riya had total dominance. So on one side, personally, Sushant was failing, and on the other side, Riya forcing the filmmakers to cast against Sushant, if at all they had to cast Sushant, was ending up having no deal with the filmmaker, and that led to a scenario when Riya and his close coterie people, including some chartered accountant also, started transferring this money to some other account, and that their family members wanted to probe upon, which was certainly neglected by the Maharashtra police. I'm just coming out from a debriefing which was happening from the Maharashtra police side in Navika, and the DCP rank officers are saying that we are keeping all the close watch on development which is going to happen in the apex court tomorrow. Just a short while back, I was talking to Vinay Tiwari, the SP Patna, as well as the SIT team member. Everyone is keeping low. Few of them are not coming out of their hotel room because they fear that they can also be quarantined by the BMC official. On the other side, Vinay Tiwari is maintaining what he has been told to do. So, what sources are telling us that by late in the evening, BMC officials can release Vinay Tiwari from the quarantine, and there will be an exemption given to him. So, before the apex court hearing, the case was stopped by the Maharashtra police by different strategy which they have opted. They wanted to buy out time. The Bihar police wanted to work as much as they can, but that work was stopped by the Maharashtra police officials, and in the meanwhile, the state government has Bihar has already
that has been clear, and the Bihar police through the Chief Minister of Bihar, Nitish Kumar, has transferred this entire case now to the CBI. That's the recommendation that they've sent. But Siddhant, the one puzzle that comes out here is the fact that even if Riya Chakrabarty was interested in the money of Sushant Singh Rajput, she could have had access to the money. Why did it have to lead to probably the end of Sushant is a question that investigators will have to prove. What is the Mumbai police saying on this? Why is the Mumbai police so defensive? Why is the Mumbai police really going after the family rather than the accused in this entire case? And have they really found any elements of evidence in this investigation, or is this just a parade of big production houses and their representatives in Mumbai police stations?
That's absolutely right, Navika ji, because the fact is that there was a parade which was going on before Mumbai police. All the biggies were called in, and the fact is that their own officer was aware about the reason, and that this particular angle could have been investigated. Investigated if this officer, Dahiya, had come up before the police officers and investigating officer and told him that investigate this angle also. But now Mumbai police is completely playing defensive, only and only speaking to the selective media, selective channel, which suit their narrative first. Second, the point here is that Mumbai police is saying that why family did not mention that the message was sent to DCP Dahiya at the time of recording of the statements of the family member first. And second, they are also alleging, Mumbai police is alleging, that the OP Singh, the brother-in-law of Sushant Singh, was present at the time of the statement of the family members. So these are the allegations of the Mumbai police, but the question goes out to them, then why they were in denial for last 40 days that no complaint was received. Second, right after our yesterday's news break, they said that they wanted a complaint in written. It's fine, it's obvious that okay, you need a complaint in written, but even after Sushant's death, why didn't that particular officer come out and give these details to the investigating team or the current DCP? So all these questions definitely go out, and you know, there is no face saving left for Mumbai police anymore. They can go and speak to the media houses which suit their narrative. They can easily not answer my calls, or somebody calling them from Times Now can disconnect our calls, but the fact will remain the same, that all these are very valid questions that they need to answer. Because Navika ji, the fact is that if in case in future this particular probe gets transferred to CBI, then definitely the CBI is going to look into all these angles, that why the DCP Dahiya did not share the details, and why the action was not taken in the month of February, and why the money angle of Ria is not included, why all these things were not considered at the time of an investigation of 40 days. So then Mumbai police top brasses, the Mumbai police officers have to give answers to the CBI.
Well, Siddhant, that's really been the status of the Mumbai police. More questions than answers about the role of the Mumbai police, and after the WhatsApp messages exposed right here on Times Now yesterday in exclusive, clearly it has become very, very questionable, the role of the Mumbai police, on why they are jumping to conclusions, why they did nothing about the family's complaints made on 19th and 25th of February. But we spoke to Chief Minister of Bihar earlier, and this is what he had to say about the entire case.
नीतीश कुमार जी, आपसे पूछना चाहूंगी कि बिहार की सरकार ने सुशांत सिंह राजपूत का केस जो है अब सीबीआई को सौंपने की डिसीजन ली है। इसमें सबसे बड़ा रोल यही रहा है कि मुंबई पुलिस की कोऑपरेशन नहीं रही है। आपके इन्वेस्टिगेटर्स को तो होम क्वारंटीन में कोविड के चलते आइसोलेट भी कर दिया है। यही मेन रीजन है।
ये सबसे बड़ी बात है, शुरू से ही हम लोगों ने इस बात की जानकारी दे दी है। सबसे पहले सुशांत जी के पिताजी ने, फादर ने यहाँ केस दर्ज किया, FIR किया, और उसके बाद बिहार की पुलिस ने उस पर जांच करना शुरू किया और टीम बना करके महाराष्ट्र में भेज दिया और वो काम करने लगे, लेकिन वो कोऑपरेशन नहीं था। इसके बाद एक IPS अफसर को भी भेजा गया, तो और सब नोटिस लेकर के भेजा गया, ये नोटिस दे करके कि हम लोग भेज रहे हैं, और उसका IPS अफसर को जिस तरह से क्वारंटाइन में कर दिया है बंद, तो बिल्कुल ही ये अनुचित बात है, गलत बात है। तो ये तो जो उनको सहयोग करना चाहिए इस तरह की बात कर, लेकिन एक जो सुशांत जी के साथ जो कुछ भी हुआ है इसको लेकर के सिर्फ वो बिहार के रहने वाले हैं इसलिए नहीं, बिहार का तो स्वाभाविक है, लेकिन हम लोगों ने महसूस किया है कि सारे देश में वो इतने पॉपुलर थे फिल्म एक्टर, और उस तरह से उनका जो एक रोल ये था लोगों के प्रति, बहुत उनके प्रति सहानुभूति रही है, उनके प्रति लोगों के मन में एक प्रेम का भाव है। तो जो घटना घटी इसको लेकर के पूरे देश में चिंता हुई, और जब उन्होंने हम लोगों के यहाँ केस दर्ज किया तो आपको बता दिया कर रहे थे, उसी समय जो सीबीआई की मांग हुई जो कि स्वाभाविक है, तो उस समय तो हम लोगों से पूछा गया तो हमने कह दिया था कि देखिए उनके पिताजी ने FIR दर्ज किया, उसके आधार पर इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो रहा है, अगर उनके फादर सहमति देंगे तो हम लोग निश्चित तौर पर तुरंत सीबीआई को रिकमेंड करेंगे। तो आज सवेरे ही डीजीपी की उनके पिताजी से बातचीत हुई है और उन्होंने आज कंसेंट दिया है, तो आज ही हम लोगों ने तय कर दिया कि सीबीआई के लिए जाएगा और आज चला जाएगा। अब कुछ ही समय में सीबीआई इंक्वायरी के लिए राज्य सरकार का रिकमेंडेशन जो भी FIR और उसकी एक प्रक्रिया है, उसमें उस सभी प्रक्रिया का सारे जो उसके तथ्य हैं उन सबको देखते हुए आज ही इसको तत्काल भेजा जाएगा केंद्र सरकार में।
नीतीश कुमार जी, कुछ लोग और महाराष्ट्र सरकार से ये विशेष टिप्पणी हुई है कि ये आपकी पार्टी जो अलायंस में है बीजेपी के साथ और इलेक्शन आ रहे हैं बिहार में, इसके चलते इस पर सियासत हो रही है, इस पर राजनीति हो रही है। ये एक चार्ज है जो अघाड़ी सरकार ने लगाया है आप पर, और उनका कहना है कि सरकारें गिराना शायद बीजेपी के साथ जो भी अलायंस में रहा है उनको इसके लिए बहाना चाहिए, और लेटेस्ट बहाना है सुशांत सिंह राजपूत की मौत की इन्वेस्टिगेशन। इस पर आप क्या कहेंगे?
बिल्कुल बेबुनियाद बात है, इन सब चीजों में कोई मतलब नहीं है, इसका राजनीति से कोई रिश्ता नहीं है, ये बिल्कुल विशुद्ध कानूनी चीज है, और FIR दर्ज हुआ तो उस पर इन्वेस्टिगेशन करना स्टेट पुलिस का एक समझ लीजिए कि लीगल ड्यूटी है, और वही लीगल ड्यूटी बिहार की स्टेट पुलिस कर रही है।
आपको लगता है कि मुंबई पुलिस सुशांत सिंह राजपूत के केस का कुछ सत्य छुपा रही है? ऐसी आपके मन में कोई आशंका है?
जो यहाँ के बिहार के पुलिस की टीम गई है उसने मेहनत करके अनेक लोगों से बातचीत की है और इन्वेस्टिगेशन करने की कोशिश की, लेकिन जो कोऑपरेशन होना चाहिए था वो तो हो नहीं रहा है वहाँ। तो अगर ये सीबीआई की इंक्वायरी होगी तो सीबीआई का तो दायरा और बड़ा है, और यहाँ FIR हुआ है, इन्वेस्टिगेशन करना इनका लीगल ड्यूटी है।
क्राइम का सीन वो मुंबई का है, तो बिहार को कोई FIR दर्ज करने का औचित्य ही नहीं है, ये उनकी जुरिस्डिक्शन नहीं है। अगर आपको कंप्लेंट लेना भी था तो 0 FIR के मध्य इसको लेकर आपको मुंबई पुलिस को सौंपना चाहिए था। ये आर्ग्यूमेंट कहां तक जस्टिफाइड है?
देखिए, इन सब आर्गुमेंट में कोई मतलब नहीं है, इनको पता नहीं है कैसे नहीं FIR दर्ज होता है। ये जो पुलिस का बुनियादी कर्तव्य है।
Warm welcome. You're watching Explosive Exclusive, and our focus continues to be the cover-up or the alleged cover-up inside the death of Sushant Singh Rajput. Now, the conspiracy of silence, which we have seen, the entire case has been shrouded in. Now he has his own friends, people who are coming to light, and slowly all of it is now crumbling with more testimonies.
We spoke to Ankit Acharya, who of course was very close to Sushant Singh Rajput just before he claims he was fired by Rhea and put her own stooges in place. He's of course also made some very startling revelations as well, Meghna. He of course has reiterated what the family had said in the FIR, that there were some occult practices going on, along with the whole crew around Sushant being replaced by Rhea's own stooges, in his own words.
Well, absolutely. In fact, let's go across to our panelists who are joining us. Rajiv Pandey, leader of the BJP. There's Priyanka Tibriwal, who's joining us, an advocate. Also, Ravi Srivastava, a political analyst, as well as Rizwan Siddiqui, an advocate who's joining us here on the show. First question goes across to Rajiv Pandey. It's quite interesting, in the midst of a political war of words also that we have seen, what Times Now has done is focusing on testimonies which are coming out, and it's not just one father, it's not just the father of Sushant Singh Rajput who's talking about irregularities, possible cover-up. Now there are several other testimonies coming to light. How long and what are the reasons you feel the CBI probe is being blocked for?
Now Bihar CM has already talked about that they have recommended for CBI inquiry. Now the matter is pending before Honorable Supreme Court of India. And, if you give me 1 minute, I will explain the legal position. Till today, Mumbai Police is investigating under Section 174 of CRPC, and they are trying to find out what has happened. Before that, in Bihar, FIR is already registered and they have come for investigation. Now, even if the named accused feel that these FIR filed before in Bihar is not worth being investigated, they should have approached the court, either Patna High Court or Honorable Supreme Court of India, and got that FIR quashed. Now what she has done, that she has approached Honorable Supreme Court of India for transfer of that FIR. So, even she is not saying that FIR is not tenable. Issue around the jurisdiction. Now that matter is pending before Honorable Supreme Court of India, and I think it is getting heard tomorrow. So I think that is going to clinch everything, because RIA as well as the Mumbai police may say no, Bihar police has no jurisdiction to investigate.
No, but Rajiv Pandey, you would agree also, and I want to take this to Rizwan Siddiqui as well. In this jurisdiction war, I understand. I want to take your point across to Rizwan Siddiqui as well. In this jurisdiction war between the Bihar police and the Mumbai police, Rizwan Siddiqui, somewhere the biggest casualty is the truth of the case. That the Mumbai police has been accused not just by Sushant's family here, but also many political leaders now. And even our story that we did yesterday exposes that the Mumbai police took the threat really very in a relaxed manner. And also now proof is coming out that they didn't even follow up on the initial threat in the case. Why is the Mumbai police being so reticent in sharing what they did? And don't you think it puts a big question mark on the probity of the Mumbai police and the people in charge?
Let
Rizwan answer this, Rajiv.
Sorry?
If
I'm allowed to say, okay.
Yes.
See, first and foremost, without causing any prejudice to the ongoing investigation and without siding any party, let me just talk about the points of law. The first important point is that if there was a WhatsApp message which was sent earlier in the month of February 2020 to the DCP from another DCP from Bihar, whether that particular message would be considered as in information asked by an informant under Section 154, the question would be whether that message in itself showed some kind of commission of a cognizable offense and not as a preventive measure. That means the commission of the offense is already shown, and if it is shown by the relative, not by a third party being a DCP of Bihar state or any of the third party, then, legally speaking, the DCP of Bombay would have been duty bound to take it forward. And of course, what I understand is the DCP of Bombay had asked for a written, complaint so as to investigate.
But he's also sent an SHO, he claims, and he doesn't know what the SHO actually did. Where does that put him, legally speaking?
See, I'll tell you what, legally speaking, I'll tell you what, there are a lot of laws. If I start quoting sections, a third-party complaint cannot be entertained under certain cases. Like, for example, 195 to 199 of CRPC, it talks about what kind of cases cannot be initiated by a third party and what kind of cases can be initiated which do not fall under 195, 199 can be initiated. So, if the message, because I haven't seen the message, I have not personally seen the message which was exchanged between the parties, so I do not want to, comment on that, but legally speaking, if that message in itself did not show commission, inverted commas, commission of a cognizable offense, then the police can only take preventive action under Section 149 and 150 of CRPC.
Well, we have the message there on our screens for everyone to see. This has been released by the family members. But also, let's remind all our viewers, in May 13, 2019, the Delhi High Court had very categorically said that cops must consider filing an FIR via WhatsApp, SMS and email. So, Priyanka Tibrewal, if I can come to you. Okay, fine. Go ahead. Finish your point.
What happens is that the high courts and the Supreme Courts and all other courts only interpret the provisions of law in the light of the cases that they are sitting and adjudicating on. So the laws are the same. It's not that the Supreme Court or High Court are, talking about laws. The laws are always there. They're only interpreting those laws so as for a common man to understand the laws. So this law is very well there. So all that I'm saying is that the information passed by an informant under Section 154, if it is very clear, and if it clearly mentions commission of an offence and not that I anticipate. If there is an anticipation, then an anticipation will fall under preventive measures. But the commission will fall under 154. So if the message clearly mentioned that the offence has been committed and that commission of the offence was a cognizable offence.
If you go strictly by what you're saying right now, the language doesn't really say the commission of a crime has happened. We don't know that for sure. We are one second. I want to ask Priyanka Tibrewal on this. Coming back to the purely legal aspect of it, and I'll come back to the political and as well as the other aspects with Mr. Ravi Srivastava in just a bit here. But Priyanka Tibrewal, do you agree with what Mr. Rizwan Siddiqui is saying right now, that there is some room for interpretation if you go strictly by the wordings of the WhatsApp messages sent by the family of Sushant Singh Rajput way back in February to the DCP, then DCP Dahiya?
I would slightly differ. Because you see, as my friend just mentioned, that if it is a relative in that case, the scenario should be something else. But I would again say that if he was someone, a police personnel, sending one message to another police personnel, then why didn't the police act on it? What was the malafide intention of police behind this? See, I would strictly say that following this case for such a long time now, 50 days almost, I feel that a CBI is imperative in order to reinstate the faith of people of India. It is a must at the moment, and a CBI inquiry is must in this case. Look at the nebulous investigation which is being carried on by the Mumbai police. I mean, what is emboldening them? Why are they so confident the way they are moving? The fact has to come out that which are the powerful people who are behind this. This is not as simple as it looks.
Again, you say it's not as simple as it looks, but what are you basing your insinuation, I'll call it at this stage, on? Given the fact you say powerful people.
This flight, see, these may not be, according to law, these may not be correct, but even you see, just have a sense of it. The police, Mumbai police came out that Sushant Singh Rajput was searching the net and through his Google phone and laptop just before a few hours of his demise.
Okay.
And what was he suffering? Schizophrenia. Bipolar
just going by
now
what we do know for a fact, in
treatment,
February there was an initial complaint, at least on WhatsApp, which was given to the Mumbai police, following which an FIR has been lodged by the father, who says that there is reason for him to believe that there was some kind of foul play in it. We have several testimonies which are coming in of his friend's family. Would you at least concede that the Mumbai police seem to have jumped the gun? The second day after his body was discovered, you had the Home Minister on record saying that it was suicide.
Big breaking news coming in. Hold on, we'll come back to you. Aditya Thackeray has tweeted. Remember, his name kept coming up because there were insinuations against what might his role be. This is the first statement coming in from Aditya Thackeray. I believe, Meghna, he has tweeted. We'll put that tweet up on the screen as soon as we can. It's in Marathi. And it says, the gist of it we'll tell you in just a bit here. This is the first statement from Aditya Thackeray coming in right now. Ever since his name, some would believe, was dragged into it, Anil Parab, who is a minister in the Maharashtra government, has already said he has no connection. And I believe, Meghna, you have the tweet with you.
Well, we have the tweet. It's in Marathi. We are getting it translated. But the reason why Aditya Thackeray's name has been doing the rounds time and again, and Times Now itself, we had told you how Aditya Thackeray is one of the people who is possibly the person who's been attacked by the BJP the most, because there are several BJP leaders who've come out and said a big minister who's a youth icon, a youth minister of the Aghadi government, was very close to Aditya, I beg your pardon, to Sushant Singh Rajput.
It's a one-line tweet. It says, this is dirty politics. That's Mr. Thackeray's only statement. Kajal Iyer joins us, our colleague in Mumbai right now. Kajal, this is Aditya Thackeray's first statement. He's chosen to keep it short, says dirty politics. That's it.
Yes, he has actually put out a detailed statement talking about the fact that his name is being dragged and people are under the misconception, he says, that by dragging his name, they will be able to malign the Thackeray family. He also goes on to say that he is keeping his calm during this entire time, and this is dirty politics. And he also goes on to say that the people who are raising these issues are people who do not have any faith in the law and judiciary and in the processes of the police. He does go on to say that Sushant Singh Rajput का मृत्यु दुर्दैवी तथा धक्कादायक है. Sushant Singh Rajput's death was shocking and unfortunate, and Mumbai police has been investigating this particular case, and Mumbai police has a reputation across the country and the world, he says. But those who do not believe in the law are the ones who are raising this issue, he says. And he says, I am Bal Thackeray's grandson, and I want to say that anything that will malign the image of my family would not be anything that I would indulge in.
Right.
And these are all baseless allegations that are being made, and if anyone still has any information, then they should be going to the police and submitting that information, and police will conduct an investigation. But as of now, I'm keeping my calm, he says, and that this kind of
it's interesting. He's come out with a couple of lines which you've already told us. Arunil joins us now, as well as Vivek Narayan from the newsroom. Arunil, very quickly, the gist of in fact, we don't have Arunil currently right now. Vivek, this is the first statement by Aditya Thackeray. He says, I'm keeping my calm, but it's difficult now. He says, my name is being dragged, or words to that effect. But he hasn't spoken at all about the probe or the demand for the CBI probe in this case.
Out and speaking now, probably because his name has been dragged in multiple ways into this entire drama, and that's why he says that he thinks it's imperative that he come out and clarify his thoughts on it. He believes that the rule of law is supreme and that the Mumbai police is doing its job. But it's interesting to note that he doesn't speak about the CBI probe which the family and the government of Bihar is backing. Why is it that the Bihar government's demand, why is it that the grieving father's demand for a CBI probe is being opposed by the government of Maharashtra? He's saying this is a low-level politics being played right now, and the grandson of Hindu Hriday Samrat Bala Saheb Thackeray promises, and you can hope and you can be sure that I will do things which will be in the prime importance and which will be of prime interest to the people of Maharashtra. Atar.
All right, there you go.
Well, very interestingly, let me also bring in Mr. Ravi Srivastava, because of course all of it has suddenly turned political. No one's really talking about the probe anymore. It's nothing but all-out political war that we have seen. So, Mr. Ravi Srivastava, simple question: who really is the one playing to the gallery?
Meghna, first of all, I'm indeed happy that Aditya Thackeray has come out and make a stand clear that he is, I've been seeing a lot of WhatsApp messages floating around in Mumbai and other places that his name was being dragged, and some more other Bollywood big names are also floating around over there. But it's a good thing that...
Mr. Srivastava, just hold on to your thoughts. We are getting a reaction from the BJP. Mr. Ram Kadam is a leader of the BJP in Maharashtra. He joins us on the phone line. Mr. Kadam, Aditya Thackeray has broken his silence, says, I have nothing to do with the case. He says, my name is being dragged unnecessarily. How do you react to this?
So this is bizarre. Mr. Aditya Thackeray should answer why their government is not ready to hand over this case to CBI. What is the problem? To whom they are going to save?
Well, in fact, do stay on with us. Nitesh Rane is also joining us for another very interesting perspective which has come in. Nitesh, you and also your father, you've been speaking about the involvement of a possible senior leader. Aditya Thackeray's name, of course, has been doing the rounds. He's now come out and said this is just a ploy by the BJP to malign the Thackeray name. How would you react to that?
No, I'm actually very surprised. If you see from day one, including me, my father, or any of my BJP senior leaders, no one has taken his name. Only Mr. Atul Bhatkalkar had mentioned a Yuva leader or a young minister in the cabinet. So why does he think it's him?
So you're saying it's not him? So you're saying you never talked about Aditya Thackeray then?
You have asked me a question, please listen to me. Is the guilt eating him from inside that he thinks it's him?
No, but it's pretty clear which Yuva leader, the BJP leader meant, sir. It's very clear the direction, the insinuation is about Aditya Thackeray.
Please, who has taken his name?
No, nobody's taken his name.
So
But
if he himself says that whatever allegations are on him, so he might as well come out and answer why.
Okay, Nitish Rane, can you tell Times Now who is this person that you've been making these allegations? Again, a Yuva Mantri of the Aghadi government?
If you're asking me a question, let me at least answer it.
That is the question, sir. You must answer what my colleague has just asked you. If it's not Aditya Thackeray, who is it?
How am I supposed to answer it?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. The whole point is, if he thinks it's him, and now that he's come out in the open finally and accepted that it's him, so he might as well answer why has the CCTV footage of that particular area been deleted? Why is the Bihar police not allowed to come and investigate the matter properly, and why have they been quarantined and harassed? And why are these different, all the proofs are pointing fingers at one direction only? So now that he has accepted it, that it's him only that everyone is talking about, so he might as well come out and talk about it. And dirty politics, he and his Thackeray family should not talk about, because that is what they have been doing for the longest of time. I have got in number of examples to show how they are involved in dirty politics and do all this kind of below the belt politics for all number of years. So he should be the last person talking about dirty politics and below the belt politics.
Okay, so you're now also saying that since Mr. Thackeray has come out and suggested that it's his name that is being linked in, even though you didn't mention him, are you now accepting that you meant Mr. Thackeray?
He himself has accepted it.
No, but did you mean him, sir?
He himself has accepted it. I think he himself has answered to all our questions, I guess.
Okay,
because
so
we were
talking
talking about a young leader. If you mention Baby Penguin on Twitter, all his supporters come out trolling you. So he himself accepts the people refer to him as Baby Penguin.
Do you think it's strange that he hasn't mentioned the CBI probe demand that many people have come forth with? He said it's not me, I am not involved, but he hasn't mentioned anything about the CBI probe or the Maharashtra government even considering a CBI probe on this.
That's what I'm saying. Now he considers himself to be a young leader, youth leader, and he says he has so many relations in Bollywood, and so he should come out clean. Let the CBI probe happen. Why is he so scared? Why are they all getting so offended if people are talking about the Sushant Singh Rajput case? Why are the mobile tower locations are not been given? Why is the postmortem report of Disha Salian has not been out in the open? Why is it not been given to the Bihar police? Why isn't Sushant Singh Rajput's postmortem report not given to to Bihar police?
Okay.
And one more last thing. What are his own tower locations on the 8th and the 13th mobile tower locations? Let him talk about all that.
Okay, fair enough. You raised some really valid questions here, Mr. Rane. Please stay on with us. Mr. Ram Kadam is also with us right now. Mr. Rane, let me come back to you for quickly. Your father has also made some startling allegations here as far as the Salyan case is concerned. Now, he's quoted the autopsy report. The autopsy report hasn't been made public yet. Do you stand by those allegations that Mr. Narayan Rane has made?
Listen, understand one thing. Mr. Narayan Rane is the ex-chief minister of Maharashtra. He's been an opposition leader of Maharashtra. He's a very responsible person in the Maharashtra politics. So I'm sure if he's saying something, he obviously has certain information about it, and that is why he has told it in his press conference. So I'm sure with time everything will be coming out.
Okay. Mr. Rane, please stay on with us. We'll be shortly joined by Rahul Shivshankar, Editor-in-Chief of Times Now, and we'll quickly go to him. A big revelation, Rahul, a big case coming in, twists and turns.
This is a big twist, and Mr. Nitish Rane is still here with us. Mr. Rane, this is very, very interesting. Your father has come out and made some direct allegations. Now, I just want to ask you, isn't it a little odd? Isn't it really very, very odd today that the Sena, this entire government that covered up all the foul play, which is now being exposed here on Times Now, is crying foul about a CBI probe? What is it got to hide? And should perhaps the opposition there in the state of Maharashtra not be demanding an inquiry into the conduct of the Mumbai police?
Obviously, it's obviously, and I would also say, Rahul, it is not about just the Mumbai police. Who is pressurizing the Mumbai police? Who is not allowing them to do the investigation that they have always done? Mumbai police is a very competitive police, but why are the people pressurizing? Why is the tourism minister, Mr. Aditya Thackeray, beating them on the mayor's bungalow with the commissioner of police and trying to send out a message? Why is Mr. Uddhav Thackeray suddenly wants to sit down with the Mumbai commissioner and take the meetings of all the top cops suddenly?
Now, Mr. Rane, three lies have been spoken in a period of about 24 hours by the Mumbai police. Number one, they told us that no complaint was received till the 14th of June from the family of Sushant Singh Rajput. That has been disproved by Times Now's own investigation. We put out WhatsApp messages. You might have seen them. Number two, most importantly, they said that, look, even if we got WhatsApp messages, there should have been a written complaint filed with us, which is an absolute abnegation of Supreme Court as well as High Court rulings, which say that the police is obliged, in fact, to file an FIR and start a probe even with electronic evidence or an electronic complaint. And most importantly, number three, which is where the problem begins and ends really. We were told for a very long time by the Mumbai police that for all the efforts that were being made in this particular investigation, you had a situation where, because there was nothing to suggest, and I'm repeating it again, nothing to suggest wrongful confinement, we did not even begin the process of filing an FIR against any of those accused of that particular crime. Now we know that more than a suggestion, proof of wrongful confinement was also given to the Mumbai police in February. Given this, do you believe today that there is a direct link between some larger entities to the foul play behind Sushant Singh Rajput's death? Simple.
See, Rahul, there are a few points, obviously, to answer your questions. Why isn't the mobile tower locations mentioned or even spoken about all these people? If Mr. Aditya Thackeray has come out and given out an explanation, they should have been fined for about a CBI inquiry. What's wrong in it? What's wrong in it? Why are they trying to stop the Bihar police and everything? Why are they so scared? What is the issue? Why isn't the PM report, the post-mortem report of Disha Salian been shared till now? What is in that PM report? So if there is nothing to hide, if there is absolutely, the investigation is absolutely clear, they are so clear in their conscience and they think that dirty politics has been done on them. So why are they going on such a back foot? Why, if any one of us or Mr. Ram Kadam or Mrs. Fadnavis even tweets about them, why the entire Shiv Sena comes out barking on all of us? Why are they going on such offensive mode? Why are they getting...
Okay.
What have they to
Big
hide?
questions being asked by the opposition in the state of Maharashtra, the BJP leading that charge. Questions were also posed today to Aditya Thackeray. Now remember, viewers, today he's come out in the evening saying, that this is dirty politics, gutter level, street level politics. But when the question was asked of him by reporters, when he came out to survey the preparedness to meet a heavy downpour today, he was completely evasive. Watch this sequence, viewers. Let me go straight across to Arunil. Arunil, a political attack by Uddhav Thackeray after some people began to allege that he might actually also have something to answer for in the mysterious death, unnatural death of Sushant Singh Rajput.
Well, Rahul, it started with the explosive attack, explosive allegations that Narayan Rane, who is the former Maharashtra Chief Minister, senior BJP leader, he spoke exclusively to Times Now, saying that there is something wrong in the post-mortem report of Disha Salian as well. He made some startling allegations that there was a party going on at the house of actor Dinu Moria, and that is when a youth leader from a political party in Maharashtra was present over there. They didn't name anybody, and he also said that Disha, basically Naran Rane mentioned about it, saying that Disha Salian was raped and murdered, and saying that the PM report has some injury marks on her private parts as well. The Mumbai police is not giving out the entire details. Everything Naran Rane has said, his son also been mentioning about it, and immediately came out a reply from Aditya Thackeray saying that why my name has been linked. This is just nothing but dirty politics being played. I have close relations with the Bollywood fraternity. I know a lot of people, but that doesn't mean that my name should be linked in all this. And he also mentioning about it that this is an attempt to basically malign the image of the Thackeray family. So when Times Now confronted or asked the tough questions to Aditya Thackeray in the morning, he chose not to reply on this. But now he has given out a statement denying all these allegations allegations against him. In fact, the Ranes had never mentioned Aditya Thackeray's name in particular, but yet a statement coming out from Aditya Thackeray saying that I have nothing to do with the Sushant Singh Rajput case. I have nothing to do with any other case, be it Disha Salian as well.
But total silence, even now, from the Thackeray's on the most important viewers. Mistakes, whether deliberate or not, I can't say right now, of the Mumbai police. You can see how they've been misleading the public. We put it out for you viewers, the lies and the facts. Don't you believe today that a responsible police force would not have stooped to misleading the public on a case that was arising so much public interest? Fundamental question. Number two, a responsible government, don't you think it owes it to the public at large to investigate why the Mumbai police went to such an extent to mislead the public on this case? Clearly, things are not adding up. We are going to be right back, viewers. Stay tuned. I will take you through some new evidence that has emerged, viewers, that changes the course of this entire investigation. Stay with us. For that, don't go away.